guys, welcome back to the SUPES channel. My name is Matt Ramos, and on this channel I am to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So you guys are always asking me so many questions, and I kind of feel guilty not being able to answer all of them because I'm always working on what's next. Well, today I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to answer some of the questions you guys submitted over to me on Instagram, and we're going to do my first ever Q&A. But right before we get into that, guys, make sure to stay to the end of the video for giveaway details as I'm giving away an entire SUPES merch line. Now without further ado, let's start SUPES' first Q&A. So we got the first question here. What made you love superheroes? So, big question, you know, biggest superhero page on TikTok. Everything I make is about superheroes and I'm so very passionate. I clearly love them. But what made me love superheroes? So really what made me love superheroes is just the relatability. These characters represent the best versions of ourselves and what we can become. And even though some of these characters feel like gods, they're still very human and we can relate to a ton of these characters. So for me, superheroes and my passion for superheroes was all based on a sense of relatability and me being able to relate to these characters on a different level. Alright, we got the next question here. How many times did you watch Avengers Endgame? So, guys, as most of you know, Avengers Endgame is my favorite movie of all time. You know, favorite superhero movie of all time. I've never had a movie make me feel the way Avengers Endgame made me feel. And with that being said, to answer the question, I watched this movie 18 times in theaters. Three of those times were on a cruise where I literally missed my family's dinner to go head out to the theater on the cruise to go watch Avengers Endgame for an 18th time. And yeah, like after I watched this movie, with a movie like Avengers Endgame, I think we can all agree that watching Avengers Endgame at home and watching it in theaters are two completely different things. At home, it's just a movie. In the theaters, it's a rock concert. So when this movie came out, going into it, I knew that I don't care what I had to pay to be able to watch this movie as many times as I possibly could, to be able to go through this experience as many times as I could, because ultimately I'm never gonna get to do this ever again in my life. I'm never gonna be able to sit in a theater that's filled with so many passionate fans who haven't seen Avengers Endgame and just party on and, you know, celebrate these awesome scenes like when Cap picks up Mjolnir or when he says Avengers Assemble and just the theater erupts. I'm never gonna get to experience that again. So, you know, you only live once, might as well. And I ended up watching Avengers Endgame 18 times in theaters. What Marvel Phase 4 movie are you most excited for? So for me personally, I am most excited for Thor Love and Thunder. Don't get me wrong, I am so freaking excited for all of Marvel Phase 4. But as of right now, the movie that we really have the most information on is Thor Love and Thunder. And from what we're hearing about this movie, it sounds freaking crazy. You have Christian Bale as the villain. The Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in this movie. Female Thor is coming to the party. There's rumors of Beta Ray Bill too. Like, this movie sounds freaking amazing, and I am beyond hyped for Thor Love and Thunder. Were you bullied for your hands, and if so, how did you overcome it? So as most of you may have noticed by now, I have extraordinarily large arms, and growing up as a kid, it was very tough for me to be able to accept my body image and the way I was born, just because this is something that it happened. I've never been diagnosed with anything. My parents, you know, brought me literally across the world and we searched for everything, and I've never been diagnosed with anything. I was just born this way. And all my life I thought it was a curse because, you know, in school kids would make fun of me. When I was out in public, people wouldn't stop staring at me, and I truly felt like I was an alien that was just cursed. But then there came a day that I was watching the first Sam Raimi movie, and at the end of the movie, Peter Parker walks away from Mary Jane, and he says this quote that literally changed my life and the way I viewed my gifts forever. He said, with whatever happens, one thing I will always remember is with great power comes great responsibility. This is my gift. This is my curse. I am Spider-Man. And at that moment, Peter Parker accepted the things that made him different and didn't view them as a curse. He viewed them as gifts. And for me, that right there, I made the switch in my head, because my whole life I've been viewing the things that make me different as a curse. But what if they were a gift? And that's what I truly believe they are and what they've always been. It just took me a while to understand that. And that's basically how I overcame my differences. And now at this point, because they're gifts, I feel like I was blessed like this. I was born like this for a reason. And whether it's to help people like, I don't know, maybe someone like you watching this video who's ashamed of the way they look, who's ashamed of the way they were born, who's ashamed of the things that make them different, and in order to give you guys that confidence to be able to look at yourselves and say, damn, I was born with this. This is cool. This is different. No one else has this. No one else can appreciate this like I can. And that's why I'm gonna be proud of it today. And that's ultimately why I'm proud of, you know, the way I was born, the way God blessed me, and what I hope to inspire within you guys who are maybe, you know, ashamed of the way you were born. What motivated you to start a superhero channel? So as most of you know, I've loved superheroes since before I could even walk. But what motivated me to start making these videos about superheroes? So for me, personally speaking, I've always just wanted to have this extravagant life, something that people don't even have the courage to dream of. I truly believe that not only myself, but you guys, we were born to be the creators of our lives, not just experience life. So with that being said, I've never wanted to experience the 9-to-5 lifestyle. I get that's for some people, but it's definitely not for me. So what am I gonna create? What do I really want out of life? And what I really want out of life is to be able to live and do something that I am extremely passionate about, that lights my soul on fire every single day. And that's what superheroes is. So for me to be able to communicate that to other people who are just as passionate as superheroes as I am, and for that to be a way for me to make money and for me to make a living, it's the most mind-blowing thing. So that's what really motivated me to want to make videos. And then when I actually started making videos, that was shortly after the game Spider-Man PS4 came out, because before Spider-Man PS4 came out, I had an Xbox where I was gaming with all of my friends, and then I actually ended up selling my Xbox in order to get a PlayStation 4 in order to play Spider-Man. And once I played Spider-Man, that game truly just it was the push that I needed to be able to start creating content. Because I was the only one out of my friend group who played Spider-Man on PS4, I couldn't really talk about it with them. So I wanted to talk about it with people who actually experienced this game for what it truly is. And then I got a PlayStation 4. And then after that, after I played the game, I started making videos about it to be able to connect with people on the internet and talk about my love and passion for Spider-Man PS4. And then as that developed, then I just thought, all right, I'm not just passionate about Spider-Man PS4, I'm also passionate about Venom, I'm also passionate about Avengers, I'm also passionate about everything else superhero related. So let me just start making stuff about the other superhero related things in the world. How excited are you for the Avengers game, and who are you looking forward to playing as the most? So as most of you know, Marvel is developing a Marvel's Avengers game, and I am beyond excited for this game. I'm telling you guys right now, this is my most anticipated superhero project of 2020. This is including the movie Black Widow. This is including Wonder Woman 1984. Out of all the superhero projects coming out this year, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, out of all of the superhero projects coming out this year in all forms of media, Marvel's Avengers is my most anticipated product. Because to be able to play as the Avengers alongside your friends, because this game is going to have co-op and multiplayer, it's just the most amazing thing in the world. And out of all the characters, I'm definitely looking forward to playing as Thor the most, because Thor is just an absolute beast. And yeah, he just appeals to me the most in terms of his fighting style. And the gameplay developer, the gameplay director of Marvel's Avengers is actually the same gameplay director of God of War. So Thor is very similar to Kratos in God of War, and I am so excited to play as Thor in Marvel's Avengers. What is the worst superhero film you've ever seen? Well, this is a tough question because I love all superhero movies, but if I had to pick one, it would definitely be Captain Marvel to be the worst superhero film I've ever seen. I'm sorry guys, I've never been in a Marvel movie where my head was literally bobbing. Like I was about to fall asleep and pass out. I had my friend wake me up, and that has never happened. And because this movie itself, it was just very boring. And I don't know why, but Captain Marvel, she doesn't feel like the other MCU characters. She's very bland, she's very dry, and a hero is only as great as their opponent. And Captain Marvel never has an opponent because she's too OP. And I get it. You can make Captain Marvel extremely overpowered, and I like that. But give her a good opponent, because she had absolutely no struggle in this film, and she just mowed through everything in her way, and you know, it was boring. So that Captain Marvel was probably the worst superhero film I've ever seen. Marvel or DC? This is a question I get all the time. So when it comes to Marvel or DC, guys, I cannot answer this question. I'm sorry, this is a question I cannot answer, because choosing Marvel over DC or DC over Marvel is like picking a favorite child. You can't. You love them both in different ways, but you don't have a favorite. And I love Marvel and DC so much, I can't pick a favorite. You know, Marvel does some things better than DC, DC does some things better than Marvel, so I can't pick one. What is your motivation to continue grinding videos every day and not stop the grind? So for me, this is just what I love to do. If there's one thing I can encourage all of you to do is find the thing that lights your soul on fire, because I don't feel like I work. Like, this is what I like to do for fun. And the fact that I'm creating a lifestyle around this, it's absolutely incredible, and it's the most fulfilling thing in the world. So if there's one thing I can encourage all of you to do is just find what you love, because for me, I'm not grinding. I'm just having fun here. I would do this without getting paid. I would pay money to do this. So ultimately, you know, grinding, I'm not grinding, I'm just doing what I love. And for me, superheroes, this is life for me. This is breathing for me. So if there's one thing I can encourage all of you to do is just find the thing that lights your soul on fire and pursue that, because this is what life is all about. Who's your celebrity crush? So this is a pretty good question. And for me, my celebrity crush, it's still a superhero related question because it circles around the female superhero actresses. And for me, my number one, I'm sorry guys, it's Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. What a beauty! I absolutely love her. Another one right under her, like directly right under her, is Margot Robbie. And Scarlett Johansson and both Margot Robbie are just absolute beauties. I love them so much. If I ever met them one day, I would literally freeze like Black Panther did in Black Panther, and it wouldn't be a pretty sight. But anyways, my celebrity crushes, number one is Scarlett Johansson, number two is Margot Robbie. So now guys, we've entered the back half of this Q&A, and now I'm just gonna speed through a bunch of questions that I get all the time. Favorite Marvel character? Spider-Man. Love Spidey so much. I think he's the greatest Marvel superhero of all time, and he is definitely my favorite. What is your favorite DC character of all time? So for me, Superman, that's my boy. That's my boy. Superman is my favorite superhero of all time, not just DC character. He's my favorite superhero of all time. And I truly believe that Superman is the greatest superhero, and he's the face of superheroes. Like when you think of superheroes, you think Superman, superheroes. So yeah, Superman is my favorite DC character. Favorite Marvel villain? So my favorite Marvel villain is actually Magneto. He's not a popular choice, but I love Magneto so much as a character. I can sympathize with him. He has such an amazing origin story, and oh my gosh, I love Magneto so much. Favorite DC villain? My favorite DC villain is definitely Joker. Joker is such a complex character, and I love what they did with him in the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, and giving him his own solo movie where we see the origin of the Joker, even if that origin is really real, because we don't know what's real and what's fake in that movie. So I love the Joker so much. He's definitely my favorite DC villain and villain overall. Favorite Marvel movie? Avengers Endgame. Favorite DC movie? Man of Steel. Favorite Marvel TV show? My favorite Marvel TV show is actually Punisher. It's very dark, it's rated R, and John Bernthal as the Punisher, I just cannot get enough of him as Punisher. Love that series so much, and I'm so mad that they discontinued it. Favorite DC TV show? My favorite DC TV show is The Flash. A ton of you guys are Flash fans, and with good reason. This show is amazing. Seasons 1 through 3 were godly. Now, the show has continued to kind of go downhill, but seasons 1 through 3 are chef's kiss. Favorite animated Marvel TV show? 3 words. The Spectacular Spider-Man. The Spectacular Spider-Man. Guys, I have a bunch of DVDs of this series because I just had to get a physical copies, because this is the definitive cartoon of Spider-Man. There's literally no flaws with it. I love the animation style, and if you haven't seen The Spectacular Spider-Man, go watch it because it's freaking amazing. Favorite animated DC TV show? So my favorite animated DC TV show is the animated Batman series with the voice of Kevin Conroy as Batman and Mark Hamill as Joker. I mean, I feel like this is the definitive version of Batman. I grew up on this series. I love it so much. So there you guys have it. There is my first ever Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. I got through as many questions as I possibly could without making this a 2-hour long video. So make sure to submit some more questions in the comment section of this video, as I'm already preparing questions for my next Q&A. Thank you guys for watching this video. Now getting into giveaway details, guys. I'm giving away an entire SUPES merch line. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is like this video, comment down below, subscribe, and hit that bell notification on my channel to get notified when I post these videos. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.